そうだ、味方だぜ。
Hello and welcome everyone. I am Yorshien, and this is the first game back for D6 done right. As usual, we're gonna go ahead jump on into the whole sponsors deal, and then we will get right on into the announcements, then game, as we usually do. So first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to our long-standing sponsor who has been here since the very beginning, is the Deck of Many. In case you guys don't know who the Deck of Many is, they are the wonderful individuals that create amazing 5e D&D reference cards. This includes the Deck of Many Monsters. This includes the Deck of Many Things to anyone that would like that in their game. And also the Deck of Many Animated Spells, which they are lenticular spell cards that actually look like they move, and they're really, really cool. And they sent me these, and I love them so friggin' much. In case if you ever want to get a hold of these, or if you want to check out their campaign Humblewood, I really suggest that you do. You can always check with our with links down below, or if you just want to go directly to the site, that is the deckofmany.com. If you want your RPG reference cards, that is the deckofmany.com. And of course, our second sponsor, the one that has been here long before this show even started, is none other than the patrons over on Patreon. If you, in case you guys don't know, this show is supported by patrons and subscribers and people that continue to be a part of the grander community by giving, you know, your physical money to me to help run all the things like getting cameras and buying dungeon tiles and miniatures in order to make the show look a lot better, and also to keep me from having to go to work every single day. So if you guys are ever interested, or if you guys want to go and check out the amazing rewards that I could hopefully possibly provide to you, the Patreon link is always down below. And yeah, that's there. So at this point, my players can now wake up. Let me see. Okay.
Resurrection.
The rise. So before we get into game, we got a couple of announcements I kind of want to get through, and my first announcement is that I am sorry. My intention was to try and come out with a very specific video, and unfortunately, due to circumstances and also very personal circumstances, I wasn't able to get Fate Zero done in time, and also just waiting for animation and stuff like that. So hopefully we might get that fixed very, very soon. Hopefully we are aiming to try and get it out this month. If not this month, then always, you know, just a little bit more time is all I ever ask. And I know everyone's been extremely patient with me. I haven't been talking much because of a lot of these personal issues, but I'll give some updates later on Twitter about what everything that's happening and so on and so forth. And also on top of that, I came out with a few videos over the break. This included Twitch clips, and also my very first really educational look at what we see in anime and how we compare it to Japanese culture and American culture. It was very well written by my friend Truth Ordeal, and we are planning to make another one this month talking about transportation and public transportation and why it's so important. And why we see it in anime, and how do we compare it to American transportation or public transportation. And then also on top of that, something I guess I want to stress, because this is something that has popped up for me a lot. I have a lot of friends in Australia, and of course, Dry here is a resident of Australia as well. To anyone, I really don't recommend just donating directly to the stream. If you have money, please, there are several links out there, and also make sure that you double check those links as well, to donate to help with the fires in Australia. This is something that means a lot to both me, to even our own players, just to everyone. I had talked about it a bit with Miss Moonified earlier today, and it just I have just been seeing just so much recently, and I just want to say, if you plan to donate tonight, please take your money and put it towards the fires that are happening in Australia. They need it, and I'm ultimately would like them to have that support rather than a guy on the internet that makes, jokes and tons of D&D content. If you can afford to do both, then by all means. But if not, then please, by all means. So that is everything that I wanted to talk about. And sorry for getting touchy-feely, everyone.
Okay.
It's good.
Let's see. It's apparently my audio is slightly off. I'm not exactly sure how.
Wow.
I mean, we can hear you.
I hope
Yeah,
everyone
you
can hear
just-
me. All right.
We can.
Okay. So with that, we're gonna go ahead, do our usual rounds as we usually do. Starting with none other than Boo Radley. How you now?
Hey there, fellas. Guess what? I actually have fucking news this week.
Oh, yay.
So I'm a real gamer now, and I have an actual PC.
Hey.
Hooray!
Yeah.
This
Like, I just got-
bread.
let's get this bread. Anyways, just waiting for it to get assembled, and I think I'm going to start streaming Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and hopefully everything's right a few days early, thanks to Capcom giving me a key. So keep an eye
Hey.
out for that.
Capcom
Nice.
just
Yeah.
what the fuck? Oh, damn it!
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Nice.
they were like asking people to like reach out.
Is this because you did the art for the weapon competition?
No, that's Bracky.
That was
That's
Bracky.
Oh,
Don't
Dude, I-
fucking remind me.
I'm sorry.
Listen, they'll get to you
So
soon. Don't worry.
close.
Yours
I'm
was
sure
good,
that-
man. Don't worry
Oh.
about it.
It should have won.
Dude, third place is amazing, so.
I'm not salty.
Before we actually jump to Bracky about art, this was something that I had noted on Twitter earlier. I was running into a bit of a problem because I realized that now that we have enough art, I have to kind of space art out at the pre-rolls. To anyone that is interested, starting this month, because I'm doing it over on the Patreon and I'm going to start uploading them on YouTube as well, we're going to every new pre-roll every month. So any art that we get, we will collect for the month, and then any of the old art will be pushed out, but that old art will be put into a gallery and then put onto the Patreon, and also will be permanently put up to the YouTube, so that way people can see. And of course, everyone is credited. Everyone will be recognized because you guys are absolutely amazing at your art. So I will leave it now to Bracky to talk about what's going on
Actually, I
there.
got one more thing.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah?
not done.
Sorry. Yeah, dude, you kind of interrupted me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot to note that in my announcements.
It's cool. It's cool. I just want to plug my shit. Just find me at Boo Radley with a 1-3 pretty much everywhere, and especially on Twitch, and I'll keep you all posted.
All right. Bracky.
Hi, I am Bracky, aka Brachyzoid. I play River, the Halfling Fighter. I have not much to announce other than I'm still streaming games and some haven't streamed art, but I want to stream art again. Trying to get into the New Year's. Happy New Year's to everyone who haven't seen. We need to get into some more art, so I'm trying to draw at least once every day.
Bracky, my dude. A debt must be paid soon.
I'm waiting for you, dude.
A debt must be
will.
paid soon.
I will comply happily. I just need people to poke me because I tend to not pay attention much.
I've just been Tom nooking him right now.
Oh, that's a nice loan you got there.
Bye.
As for special announcements, I don't really have much to say other than I'm going to be streaming some more Pokemon, getting into the competitive stuff. Really terrifying, not gonna lie, but doing some Pokemon competitive stuff online. What else? We doing the art stuff, as we were talking about. You can share your artwork in Twitter by tagging us or doing the hashtag D6DR.
Yes. And I'm always watching, and I'm always retweeting any art that anybody makes.
It's freaking gorgeous. I love seeing. I saw one of my favorites, Lionel flossing animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was so fucking good.
Akira.
That's been animated now?
Yeah, it was actually in the pre-roll as well. It's so buttery smooth.
Yeah, they showed it to me in my Discord.
It was Akira. Yeah, there he is.
Thank you so much, Akira.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
The boy.
I was
like
patiently waiting.
yeah, I love every single RP everyone comes out with, including my many players who are amazing artists as well. So that's just like seeing art of this game is just so good today.
Paintings, conversations, talking, and then me
Hey.
with my boobs. Well, that's how it is.
You should draw Garo.
Garbage.
All right,
I
so
think that's all the announcements I have at the moment, other than I cannot wait 4 days until Iceborne comes out. Fun.
I won't.
Right.
You shut your goddamn mouth, you bastard.
I wonder if Bracky needs another debt to be paid soon.
I already paid for it. You don't need to
Son
worry
of a
about it.
bitch.
all
I
right,
pre-order.
all right, Caitlin.
Hello, I am
Hello.
Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37. Where I do art, and a lot of it. My commissions are very, very, very open. So if you want any characters painted or drawn or whatever have you, hit me up. All my information is over on Twitch and Twitter, so you can just find me there. And yeah.
Yeah, all right. Sir Malavik, Mr. Malavik.
Yo, I have not streamed in weeks because of the holidays, so I'm going to be finishing up Dead Space 2, and after that, I don't know, but probably going to be Iceborne, since everyone's and their grandmother's going to be playing that. And I haven't played Monster Hunter in a while, so...
You're all
Time to
slaves
catch
to the
up.
industry.
Mm. Oh no, I'm set for Iceborne. I'm like 100 level 80 something. So
Oh, well, good for you.
You could just be like me and have your have your wife make you a mock setting so you could just get in there and pass the story.
Oh, God.
I love Casey so much. She fucking got rid of all the repetitive bullshit.
aw.
You mean the fucking basic gameplay loop?
Yeah, she got rid of the basic gameplay loop. Now, the moment I started, I'm just like, all right, time for Iceborne.
Time for Iceborne.
Dude, I cannot
Fantastic.
wait. Like you got it for me last time. It's like, okay, I cannot wait to play with you. And then it's like you stop playing. Great.
Well,
Fantastic.
I'm not going to be able to play it when I get back anyway because I'll be going to be at PAX South.
Oh, that's right.
Damn, I would have said we would have had a full hunting party for Iceborne then.
Unfortunately, well, the weekend afterwards I can do it, but we're not.
Fantastic. Beyond that, I don't really have much announcements. Besides, you can follow me on Twitter at Sir Malarvik, and you can find my Twitch at Sir_Malarvik.
All righty.
That's it for me.
All right, and of course, none other than the Zito himself.
Oh hi, I'm just that chuckle fuck who makes all the D&D, plays all the indie games. You can find him on Twitch.tv/Zito. Am I cool to plug my Patreon or no?
Yeah, no, by
Of
all
course.
means.
All right, well, I finally nutted up and shut the fuck up. I finally have made a Patreon dedicated to my 5e homebrew. So, the Ever Ingot Almanac is now open for business, and thanks to certain individuals, we already crashed the first fucking goal. So, from now on, it's just, but I don't know how to, I'm new to this Patreon gig shit. The point is that now you're going to get monthly D&D nonsense. We got polls for people to tell me what they would like me to focus on. We got Discord-related stuff, and I already have a shit ton of content that's all exclusive to the Almanac itself. Shit that is not going to be seen in the public until, like, maybe the start of February. So if you want that exclusive shit, hit it up. We got lots of races, lots of archetypes, and soon-to-be settings. You can find out more info at the Patreon.
All right, good to know. And then, last but not least, Terrence, aka the Dragger. I know that not many announcements, but I'm pretty sure everyone wants to hear your silky smooth voice. Right?
Unless he stepped away.
I may have stepped away for a moment.
Oh no!
Oh, dear.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
He says you can
Looks-
skip over the announcements for me. He has nothing new to announce.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
then,
darn.
we will wait upon his return. Hopefully to hear some good old Fransisms.
He's Terrence Dry voice actor. He plays Franz, the humanoid druid.
And
The human druid. Why is there a D on
He is-
that?
Humand.
The humanoid.
Did I never
Human
change that?
You never. What is
I'm
it?
looking at the
No.
screen right now, and it says Fran's human druid.
He's been humaned.
Human.
It's a cool
Has it
voice
been like
actor.
that the whole
See, he
fucking
originally
game?
was a bear,
It
but
has
then he
been.
got he
God.
got one level in druid, and now he's been humaned.
Like I saw the
Also,
video.
side note: is Dragonborn spelled with an E?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, it's spelled with an E. We've been doing this for nearly half a year, and I've
Months.
never changed that.
No,
We've been
don't
doing
worry
it for
about it.
months.
Don't worry about it. He's been humaned. Find you a human race on D&D Beyond, I suppose.
Oh, France
Yeah.
become human.
Your friend.
Not only is human even fucking better because it gets a choice of feature, but humaned gets 2 choice of feature.
Oh, you get 2
Ooh.
feats. That's even
That
better
is
than the variant.
You're so fast.
All right.
Wow.
All right, friends.
All right.
So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump on into tonight's episode of D6 Done Right. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers have finally come back from Krog after fleeing with a ledger of many dark dealings, including that includes the Plate Post family. After some traveling, an unfortunate death, and finally returning to the city of Arario, turning over the ledger, and now actively staying within the city, hopefully to be absolved of their crimes to which the king had done. After which, the party confronted one of the many names within the ledger in order to see if any more dark dealings could be handled within the immediate city, and with the empire or within the kingdom now spreading itself thin, to deal with this immediate problem. Our players, now absolved and probably even protected at this point, spend the next week kind of just dealing with things that have some loose ends before they begin their travels once more. So, yes, the Pit Queen, of course. So, with that being said, what do you guys do? Or what have you guys done?
Want us to do in order?
Yeah, we'll do this in order. Goro, there were 3 things that you got to do this week. What did you do?
3 things?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, Garo's been doing some lesser bouts in the fighting pits, getting a little bit more extra money on the side. So
Go ahead, go roll 3d20s then.
Okie dokie. That's a 14, an 18, and 11.
All right, so you managed to win your first 2 fights. Your last one, you kind of felt the fatigue come along for the first time in a while, and you finally got your ass kicked, which was amazing enough. None other than Jason the Blood Knuckle, who is still very fucking pissed over the whole Pit Queen situation.
Does that mean that by proxy, Helena can beat up Garo?
Yes, that's how it works.
So, so you did manage to accumulate at least 300 gold pieces, as there wasn't too big of a pot in these last couple of fights. That were relatively small this time around.
Yeah, it's not like big time.
Yeah. All right, and I will consider that your week, as you spent a good time training and fighting.
Oh yeah.
All right, River, you had 3 things to do this week. What did you do?
Oh shit! I gave you the list. Give me. Oh fuck!
Oh, yeah.
I need to find it. Okay, got
He's
it.
making a list. You better
So-
watch out.
One of the making watch out. So River was feeling nostalgic for her home, and with all the concern that she's been dealing with and thinking about her mother and her father. She asked the chef if he was able to prepare something special for them, and she was going to teach him the recipe for it, which was the flame cheese recipe.
Make make a persuasion check. This is obviously a very knowledgeable man, and it's his kitchen, not like in a Gordon Ramsay kind of way, but like you are kind of invading his space, and
God. If I roll bad, he's going to put two breasts on my
God,
head.
let's fucking roll.
Oh, what are you? An idiot halfling sandwich.
You donkey.
It's a loaf of bread.
you fucking donkey.
19 total.
19? Yeah. Managed to kind of pique his interest to the point where he was willing to listen, and made it to the exact T of the ingredients that you had instructed. It's fucking raw. It's fucking raw.
Oh, so you eat, goddammit. So the flame cheese is basically chorizo with cheese. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and I am reading the three things. Make a investigation check for reading, as you're kind of trying to find something in specific.
Yeah, this is not secret. I can tell on the stream. It's River is investigating Nagas and other snake monsters alongside Leroy, and I think Helena.
Yeah, Helena actually wanted to look up the Naga too, so I don't know if I could just give her advantage.
Yeah, roll it with advantage, but I will include that being one of the things that you did this week.
That's fine.
Okay. Would it be investigation?
Investigation with advantage, and then Leroy will also assist.
Question, Helena, what was your investigation?
What's my investigation?
Yeah.
My investigation is +7.
How about you do it?
I can do that too.
All right.
So I'll roll that on my turn,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
and then you do your last thing.
And the last thing she did was gather leads to activities and sightings of the Moon and Blades group. Since once I get a name of it, if Helena's master tells me, it's like most of this stuff I have to do is regarding that.
All right. So let's get the Naga thing real quick.
Alright, so I'll roll investigation.
Investigation.
That's a natural 19,
Natural 19.
so that's a 26.
So after a little rustling around the Metilius library, there are a few documents, not too in detail, but you do manage to find something that pertains towards Nagas, as there are known as there are three kinds. There are good Nagas, bad Nagas, and then undead Nagas. And due to this, there's a lot of back and forth as trying to find which Nagas are which. But more closely, when you inspect upon the Spirit Naga, Spirit Nagas are the bad ones, and they more than likely do not like people. And these are the ones that are considered immortal, and it takes them time to regenerate their mortal body, but if you kill one, it will come back, and it does know who killed it, and it does have a taste of vengeance that comes along with that. The only real way to kill a Naga is to kill it and then wish it to remain dead.
I wish.
Ask.
Yep.
Jesus.
Oof.
Yeah. So that information now pertains to you. And so roll one more. Actually, no. Roll a perception check, because now you're trying to find something in visual perspective in trying to find these people.
Gotcha.
Wait, is that me or her?
Yeah.
River.
Is that me or
River, okay.
Yep.
Who is it? Okay. Perception. Reading that one. That's going to be +2. That's 14.
14. I mean, you kind of went back to all the places where you've probably seen them, especially the fighting pits. Unfortunately, not this time around that you were able to kind of catch. It's kind of odd because this isn't like a thieves guild where their mark kind of emanates throughout the body of the country. These people are very hidden. They're very secretive and will often kind of lie about their whereabouts. You
I was
kind of
hoping to get some. I was hoping to get this information from Helena's master, like the guy that is the knowledge and information gatherer. But
he's been stuck in the library of Ioun, and he's kind of just been going over documents and documents and documents.
yeah, like I said last time, the one thing I wanted to do once we came back was ask him about this group and if he knew anything. But you said that was supposed to be on roleplay and stuff.
So and through all the introductions through Helena, I am not very sure. I mean, as far as I've ever come across, it's never been my intention to interact with a group like that.
A name? Anything?
Nothing. Not to my record. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's going to be all that River can do until the last day then.
Alright. So, Helena.
Okay, so that was my one part. She also wanted to try to look up something on Vecna, like maybe a possible general area or anything like that.
Are you looking in the library?
Yeah.
So, make an investigation. I would say, yeah. Actually, no, make a history check. This will be more along the lines of, like, figuring out, like, what Vecna was.
That's not gonna be good. That's a 4.
I mean, as general information goes, Vecna was a threat 5,000 years ago. He disappeared. He was known as the Lich King for a reason. He was going to be the king of the undead ever since the old god of death had, well, perished. And when the Raven Queen took over, the rules of the universe kind of rearranged, where she ruled over the passing of those who had died and kind of maintains that balance. However, when Nurul had died, the rules of, being the lord of the undead as well kind of just went into the universe, and Vecna had aimed to claim that primordial power.
Probably should have been more specific. I meant the group, actually, that follows them.
Oh. The Whispered Cult is... They're the Whispered Cult. They can be anywhere, but nobody's ever interacted with them, and they are very secretive, much like the group that you guys have been trying to find for River. They're just...
Okay.
That's
at least a name, anyway.
Yeah, the Whispered Cult are known, but they are not present.
Okay. And as for my last thing, Helena's just gonna lounge. Like, if there is, like, a place to relax or anything like that, she's just gonna do that.
Like a spa?
Sure.
Spa day for the group.
Spa? Alright.
Spa.
Oh, group spa day. Well, then we'll save that for last, then.
Okay.
Alright, Canis. You are packed down with paperwork, and you can get it done within the week, but there's a lot of good break time, and allows you to kind of do what you want to, but there is a great deal of paperwork.
You were so close to being free.
So close.
So close.
So close. Poor guy.
Screw it. If he
We
doesn't
should
have
have
his free time again, he's going to be heading back to the Church of Bahamut and dealing with martial training with the Paladins.
Okay, so continuing on with your service as many of the paladins and clerics would, make a charisma check just in general. Because you're kind of just showing your renown and giving training.
19.
A great deal of individuals have come to respect you over the course of this week. I mean, busy with the paperwork and then busy with training some of the newer clerics and paladins. Seeing the very sun that everyone has kind of just assumed is, the god they follow, it's kind of like you are building your presence as a leader. And that charisma definitely helps.
Oh god, they think I'm actually a god.
They don't think you're a god. They think they think that you are a good leader, somebody within a position of leadership.
Yay!
All right. So is that pretty much the only thing you wanted to do?
Well, apparently it's not going to have a lot of time besides the paperwork and working at the church. So if he has any free time, he would join in on the group spot day.
All right, Lionel.
All right, first off, the whole fucking reason why Lionel is in the city to begin with, getting him some work over at the magic shop.
So you're helping Mr. Elmond Donahue? Yes.
I mean, the whole fucking reason Lionel's here in the first place is because of this man, so yeah.
Alright, so he is kind of going back and forth in a lot of his dealings. However, at the end of this week, after helping him with the shop and him showing you some of his artifice, he finally turns to you. Lionel, I have a great question for you. It's a good one. I have been introduced to the idea of looking for new individuals that are looking to be a librarian for the Church of Ayun. And librarian might sound like a less than wanted position, but it comes with a lot of benefits. This includes immediate access to greater knowledge and also a great deepened respect for the arcane arts.
Will I still be able to do my magic?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, probably more.
At the word more, his mouth opens up like 90-degree Pez dispenser style smile. I'm in.
Yeah, so hopefully, I will put in a request for your apprenticeship, and hopefully I will hear back more. And I just wanted to confirm with you as an opportunity.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, you're the whole reason why I'm even out here in the first place. Everything's coming up, Lionel.
Well then, I hope that they do approve. So.
I do as well, and if not, oh well. I always have the library. Speaking of which, I'm off my shift, and away he goes, spirited away. Another thing that he would want to do for the rest of the month is just hit the library and find any cool new spells, any at all. Don't give a shit. Just want to learn more.
So, it is just this week, though. Let's see.
Well, you said 3 things, so
yeah, three things during this week. So, helping with Donahue, helping with going to the library, and learning new spells.
Yeah.
So, anything up to your level and your classification, you are free to learn.
Oh boy, I'll do that on the side while we continue with everyone else then.
Yeah, so you can... I would say if you have this week, I would say you can get 2 brand new conjuration spells.
Oh boy.
Alright. So, there is that. And last but not least, none other than Franz.
Franz posted in the chat what he would want to do. Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay.
I'm always here. However, there's plumbing happening here, so I didn't want to annoy you guys with the noise that's going on.
Okay.
But yes, really all Franz did was work in a plant shop, I would hope, get more rations because he is a hungry boy, and honestly is still looking for any information regarding that friggin' unicorn. He is obsessed with it at this point.
All right. So the working at the plant shop has gilded you about 50 gold pieces throughout this week.
Sweet.
And you did manage to acquire a great deal of rations, various medicinal and vegan options being of a choice.
Wait. Did you say vegan?
Yes.
I will save those for later for anyone who would like them.
Can I have an Impossible Burger?
You may have whatever you want that is anything not red.
Takes a bite out of a rock.
Delicious.
Did he do a color though?
He doesn't even know what color it is.
Listen, he said he wanted an Impossible Burger.
No fair.
That is an Impossible Burger.
Yes, it's impossible.
Ooh, it's so firm.
And go ahead and make a... I would say... Are you trying to investigate the pattern of the unicorn, or are you trying to find out more information just about the unicorn itself?
Essentially, if you look in Franz's room, he's got like parchment paper everywhere, lines drawn with weird symbols and sigils. He's basically losing his mind.
All right, so I'm gonna say make an investigation check as you're trying to just determine where this creature moves and how they and the way that they interact with the world.
Okay. That is
Oh, God.
14 plus 2, so overall 16.
All right. So, looking at a lot of the documents, and also by making a few requests of your friends from the Library of Ayun, you may have found something, and it's a little bit interesting as it feels far too far off, but it seems to be popping up recently. And there's been a recent wellspring of magic within the mesa south of Wollaston. And apparently new growth, new life, and a great upsurge of magic might be a possibility that it could be there. Not exactly sure, but possibility.
He's going to put a pin in that location. He is going to save it for later. He also has a longer and bigger, bushier beard than before. It's a lot more scraggly.
The fluctuation of your beard is amazing.
How the...
He's the one who's really going to start up the whole men's Viking beards, store.
Nice.
Get all your essential oils.
Yeah. Beard oil.
Gotta get that shea butter.
Beard oil.
It just literally pops out the next morning.
He has a 5 o'clock shadow before 5 o'clock.
He gets a 5 o'clock shadow leaving the sink.
It's like he looks into the mirror. It's all still gone. He washes his face. It just pops back.
It's just like
Druidcraft, am I right?
All right, so you've managed to find some luck with hopefully trying to pinpoint down the activities of a unicorn. And with that, as the end of the week comes, you all find yourselves beckoned and called by Helena and River to try and go to a spa for the day.
That'll be fun. I literally drag Canis out of the training. You especially.
In some vacation time.
What?
Some vacation time. Have you never, darling? As she just like smushes Cadus's cheeks together. Have you never been to a spa?
No.
Then
But you're rich.
You are going to love this then.
So,
Why?
so after a little. Oh wait. Yes.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I was gonna say fluff shit, but unless you have something you have to say first.
I was going to say where this place would have been.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So, after a week of taking care of the last business within the city, you do manage to hear the often sounds as to those who end up crossing Ventimore within the Opal Market, that a spa does exist. It is known as the Regalia Round, and it is a very simple spa where, you know, the hot towels, the mud baths, the hot rocks, the so on and so forth. It's a pretty nice place, and it only costs about 30 gold pieces a person for the full package.
30 gold pieces?
Wow, this place sounds expensive.
Helena lightly boots River in the bottom. All right, go on, fork up.
I'm
Come on,
gonna
it'll
go
be good.
working, so
It'll
might
be
as
good.
well.
It will be good for everybody, and you know it.
I'll pay for my own. Thank you very much.
I mean, we have the group share. That's what it's for.
I have never experienced this spa that you're speaking of, but if it's anything like a hot spring, sounds nice.
It
It's
is
kind of like a
very
yin and
similar.
onsen.
It is similar and more. You will all love this.
Would I be able to?
Franz,
well,
Franz, papping on his leg.
Yes.
Lionel just like bites the bottom of his lip and kind of like squats a little bit with excitement. I'm gonna be a certified wizard.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna be a certified wizard. They're putting my name in for the Grand Library of Ioun.
A moment, please. He takes out something from his bag, from his knapsack, just pulls out some leather and just starts chewing on it. I'm really happy for you.
It's getting very well. It's been paid for, by the way. It's
All
a
right.
share account.
So all of you, you are guided by many masseuse of varying different of races and degree of size. The men are of course led to a slightly separate area, just adjacent to the ladies area. So Helena and River, you find yourselves separated from the guys. As you guys begin the wonderful 2.5 hour long spa day, and nails are done. Garu, it is weird for you to smell the smells and the feeling of other people lightly kind of trying to find the tough spots, even though you are the most limber individual out of everyone here.
Gar wants to get his nails did.
And and like for the first time, somebody's trying to describe a color to you, and it's just like, do you want it brighter? Do you want it slightly darker?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think this color, and then they try to hold it up and realize once again you're blind, and it's just like, this would probably complement your motif.
You really think so?
And they
Pale booger green.
Cadence, line up, friends. You guys are watching as this poor masseuse is trying so hard to do the perfect nails, like already perfectly sharpened and ready for whatever, but also trying to find a very nice color to go along with it. It's just, it was a long 10 minutes of trying to describe color to a blind man.
Meanwhile, Lionel's over here looking like a halfling version of Cousin It with a snout and a tail.
You're an overgrown rat that got into the place.
Yep.
It was definitely very interesting for these several different individuals. However, there were tabaxis here that were willing to help you as
works.
Yeah, as a fellow beastman. There was definitely a long and smoothing out of fur, finding some patches that you just couldn't reach, and clearing everything out, and you feel silky smooth. Even to your own touch, you feel silky smooth.
I now roll around like a wooloo.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Canis, you are just given the best head rub and the best massage. For a man that has to wear full plate armor literally almost every single day, this is the most relaxing thing you've ever had. They're finding all the spots and finally getting those knots out that you've just been incapable of reaching even through all your morning stretches.
Oh, fantastic.
And
I'll fall asleep halfway through it.
oh, definitely a good day for you. And Franz, getting through your beard, and you do
Just
find
the beard, nothing else.
you do find they have they do have some various hair products, especially for you, and you they kind of help with a lot of the alligator elbows, and also once again those hard spots that are just almost impossible to get out of without somebody being a professional masseuse. So you find yourself a little bit more limber than before.
Do you mind if I give a shitpost answer for him?
Sure.
They were about to work on his beard, but then they noticed that there's a bird nest in there, and it's an endangered species, and it was so fucking illegal to actually remove it.
Oh my god.
He has a kookaburra hiding out in there.
My god. And Helena and River, you guys get the full package. It is just a hair day, perfect nail files, the gloss, the everything, the massages, the cucumbers over the eyes. However, there are these cucumbers that need to be cut slightly smaller for River.
And she keeps eating them.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just like every single time they turn around and come back, they're just gone. Not exactly sure where.
Where do the cucumbers keep going? I don't know.
I couldn't find them.
They just keep falling off and rolling away.
Yeah.
And after 2.5 hours of this, you guys find yourselves relaxed, refreshed, and very much a little bit prettier than when you came in.
We're glistening.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to have like a group rooms to share a drink or something?
Of course. You know, the light down room. There is a infused water in the middle of the room as well.
We got mineral water. We got LaCroix.
Yeah. No, look.
Nobody
For
likes
me,
LaCroix.
nothing alcoholic, but it's just to get the group together for a small talk.
Yeah.
A
And
great tumbleweed with a leathery tail strides on in.
So,
That I know.
Little pompadour sticks up out of the top of it.
But it's a greaser pompadour this time.
Yep.
So much
Hey.
fluff.
Hey!
So what
I can't
you guys
breathe in this
think?
I really needed that before my last fight. How do my nails look? And he shows them off.
What do they look like?
How
What do they look like?
Puke green.
They are
Green.
much like the same design of his wonderful orange outfit. However, on the tips, they are slightly red to kind of represent the beads.
Oh, he's a hazmat suit. Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
And they're
Yeah,
sharpened
I
to
feel
look like
so
bird
fancy.
talons.
yeah. They look like he doesn't have to do much to swipe at somebody to cut them open.
Yeah.
Oh, those are
Nice.
very
Not
nice
bad,
nails.
Garo.
You really think so?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. At
don't know
least
about-
my enemies will have a good look before they die.
I thought you were not trying to kill people.
I know, but it just happens. I'm trying.
When he kills people when he feels beautiful.
I mean,
And I always feel beautiful.
There.
He cries into his hands, and the paint drips off and goes all over his palms.
Oh boy.
no.
The whole day gone. So we were thinking, Helena and I were thinking about this small relaxing time to everyone because we are going to go back into getting some stuff done. For example, getting some of Canis's materials for his armor. So we thought before we leave the city, we could get a moment of relaxation. So we hope that you guys enjoyed it.
I definitely needed this. Thank you for that idea.
I wish I had this before my last fight, but it's amazing. Thank you.
This is all new to me. This feels like something noble should have. This is only stuff I've seen stories about the pampered and the rich get done. So it was a nice experience, I suppose.
For
You
30
and me
gold,
both.
That just means you're worth it.
for 30 gold pieces a person, yeah.
Lionel
They're
is a fucking Opsu in the middle of the woods with 5 brothers and sisters.
I come from a farm.
He is the bottom child, okay? He doesn't get relaxation like this.
Canis is a noble and an only child, and this is his first time here.
See,
Where
I'm
the
not
fuck have
surprised.
you been doing all your...
I'm not surprised about the rest of you. You, she points at Canis. You, I'm a little surprised about. Maybe
Yeah,
not
I thought
100%, but a little bit.
I thought you rich people were supposed to do this like almost daily.
Who has the time for that?
His eyes widen. We were?
I was?
Dear, we need to get you to have more fun.
I have enough fun.
Meanwhile, there's like 3 butlers at his beck and call, like every single time he just doesn't notice them. Very good, sir.
Oh man, it's cold. So here you go, sir.
Ah, thanks, Meadows. Wait, when did I have a Meadows?
It's everywhere.
There's always been a Jeeves, never been a Meadows.
And for some
Meadows is
reason,
the
a Woodhouse.
Meadows is the imaginary friend from the butlers that he actually has.
So we got this relaxation. Tomorrow we are just going to pick up the rest of our stuff. I think the communication ring should be available for tomorrow alongside most of our enchanted weaponry.
Yes. So, our next step we were thinking was to try to get that medal. We did look up some information on the Naga.
Apparently, it's almost impossible to get rid of it.
It's
What do you
very
mean
tricky.
impossible?
Well, in the sense of we can, and she air quotes, kill it, but it would be temporary.
It will come back.
And it would be likely very vengeful.
So we just need to punch it really hard.
Well,
That would only get rid of it temporarily, killing a
Yes.
demon and such.
The only way to get rid of it
otherwise,
is
we
with
we would need a wish to get
Mhm.
rid of it completely.
That's a good one. There's no such thing as a wish spell. What? There is?
Yes?
Apparently.
I could,
Lionel
well, I
just
could-
holds his temples and looks down at the table.
Out of
Oh.
our means.
Helena slinks closer. Something to maybe look forward to.
I thought it was a genie thing.
Oh,
Lionel's
it's me.
eyes dilate.
The last thing we
What
need
is-
is Lionel to turn into a genie.
But what is a genie? I don't understand.
Lionel is
is a
catatonic look in that pose.
Oh god.
He just has
I
the
know.
fucking all the equations going through his head.
Yes.
I snap the
Anyway,
fingers. Lionel.
I don't know how we're going to approach that, but we should take care of it somehow. I don't know if we can necessarily fight it, or if we should necessarily fight it, but I do think, at the very least, we should find a way to get it out of River's hometown.
Lionel, are you okay? Are you actually dead? And he flicks his nose.
Lionel falls off the stool.
Nope.
Oh no! He's actually dead!
There's a what spell?
There he is.
There he goes.
You have to give us a tell as to whether or not you're actually dying.
I mean, there
Yeah, that is a
generally
little
is.
I mean, we always are.
The one day he actually dies is going to be difficult to understand.
Oh, jeez.
Lionel, again, now Lionel's just sitting at the table doing the fucking equations pose in his head.
Well, while we work that out, or while he works that out, rather. Is that kind of the plan? Sort of?
What?
Unless
Trying
anybody
to
else has...
find a spell? A wishing spell?
Well, no, but find the metal first for
Well,
Cadence
yeah.
to get his armor.
That'll probably be
Finds-
the easiest.
Find some way to take care of the Naga, one way or the other.
I want to find the wish spell.
It'll probably be difficult, but I'm sure we can do that.
Lionel Muppet faces smiles.
Oh god, I just think about the Muppet you have actually of Lionel.
I do have a Muppet of Lionel. It's sitting right
Yeah.
behind me.
Yay!
Fucking great.
All right. So, as the time comes, you guys find yourselves back within the home of the Metilius, and the rest of the day passes. The new week begins. You find yourselves at the morning table once again, only this time there are several packages for each and every one of you. As it comes to reveal that it is the delivery of all your items from none other than the arcane assets.
Oh shit!
Yep.
It's awesome.
Shit, Amazon Express.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus one bow, babe.
All wrapped in a blue silk. It is it seems to be the color. So you guys now have your communication rings. To which I apologize. Been very busy this past couple of weeks. Have not been able to get any of the magic items written out, but I am free this week, so I will make sure to get everyone's stuff done.
Oh, that's okay. I mean,
That's fine.
you can just add those items right here on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already adding the plus one bow.
Yeah, I'm adding the plus one.
So
right
the
here.
communication ring that works like a sending stone, right?
Yes. So pretty much, what it is that you hold your grip, you hold your fist tight, and pretty much that activates the ring, and where it allows you to communicate to any one of your allies within 500 feet.
You're going to have to refresh me again on what item I got. I'm sorry.
You got a staff of frost.
That is correct. I got this kick-ass staff.
Yeah.
I'm on my
Right.
way to wizardhood, man. Let's go.
We use that Yeti gem to make your staff.
Yeah. That and various other magical beast-based body parts.
Yes.
All right.
I'm a real wizard. I'm a real wizard.
All right. So everyone has their brand new equipment.
Got the rapier plus one and got the ring.
This ring is a little tight, though.
Is it just
So-
a quick question, Yarrow?
Yes.
So for the equipment, do you just want us to like write it down of the communication ring, or do you want it to just?
Go ahead and write just in your inventory the communication ring, in which it is a magical ring. So depending on what finger you guys decide to put it on, there is no need to attune to it. However, as you guys do put on the ring, it seems to almost seamlessly form to the finger that it is you are putting it on.
Nice.
I look beautiful in this.
Does it clash with my nails? And they're all just fucking washed off already.
Why? I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just spoil what spells I got. Lionel will. The first thing Lionel when he gets his staff is he puts his arcane focus at the tip of the staff, and summons a writhing black tentacle from the crystal made of ice.
Now what the fuck?
Oh,
What
jeez.
on God's unholy earth is that?
It's one of the new spells I've learned.
Is that thing safe?
Lionel asks River to hold her fist out.
I was gonna say poke it and find out. I didn't think you would actually do it though.
She does,
Tentacle fist bumps her.
Huh. That's a little
What is it?
squishier than I anticipated.
What does it
Cool.
do?
Lionel grabs Garu by the shirt and pulls him with the tentacle.
So like an extra limb?
Not so much. I could also have this thing be summoned out of anywhere else. Like this, for instance. Lionel has it disappear and then reappear on the side of the wall and writhe out next to Franz.
Oh.
No, have it appear in his beard.
He doesn't scream, but he can only scream on a frequency that Garu can hear.
Ow!
I mean, apart from that, I also have this. Lionel holds his staff, knocks the staff down. The tentacle disappears, and 3 little wisps of circling blades appear above his staff.
What in the...
Oh.
Cloud of
Very
daggers.
Very
Terrifying.
nice.
Who
Nice.
gave him this toy?
The library did.
Why would a library have this?
He found
I'm
that
gonna be
toy
a part of the library soon.
You mean it's becoming a book?
No, apparently, oh god, what's his last name again? I apologize.
Oh. Let's see. I do have his name. He is one of the various librarians.
No, the fella at the magic shop.
Oh, Elmond. Or
Elmond. Mr. Elmond put my name into the council, and I might actually be becoming a librarian soon, so that means I'll be a somewhat respected wizard.
and I take it more spells.
Lionel nods at him.
Oh, well,
And maybe that
congratulations,
wish-
darling.
Well, no. Lionel shakes his finger. No, don't celebrate just yet. There is the chance that I could be rejected.
I am not gonna lie. I thought you already were.
I mean, that's nice of you to say, but from my stories, I've heard that wizards are a lot about their order and their own little cliques. So it is possible that someone like me could be rejected just by the fact that, well, I'm vermin. To the humans,
darling.
anyway.
They'd be foolish to deny you, so I'm sure you have a fine chance, I believe.
You're not
Trust-
vermin to us, that's for sure.
We have seen what you can do. It will be stupid for them to reject you.
I mean, what's funny, I saw this book, I read this one book, and it said that I was something called an ROUS, but I couldn't see the abbreviation all the way.
How strange. I thought those didn't exist.
Bones of
I've done-
unusual size?
I'm done goofing. That's what it's called?
Oh, I just made that up. I just made up words.
Oh.
Did it.
I guess that wouldn't make sense. Franz, check this out! The tentacle comes out of his beard.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He faints.
Oh, I guess he could go catatonic too. Who knew?
Why must you do this to him?
I'll try to wake him up with the smell of alcoholic beverage or something.
Oh, I was just gonna smack the shit out of him until he woke up. Okay.
Yeah, you smack him, but he's not waking up. He's kind of in stasis at the moment.
Garu tries to smack him.
Everyone takes
He
turns
just
smacking
misses.
Brad.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
Everyone's taking smacks on Franz.
We're just in a fucking circle kicking him. 12.
Franz, what's your AC?
My AC is a 14, actually.
Just
Yeah, he does miss.
almost like like a whiff in the air. You smell something really nice, and nope, you're still passed out.
He smacks he high fives the tentacle beside him instead.
Just yeah. There is slime running down your hand.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll try to wake him up with a medicine check with alcohol.
With what?
With a mug of ale thing.
Oh. I mean,
Pour it down his nose hole.
Why did I
Waterboard him.
Oh god.
just the smell of ale is in front of you, Franz. It kind of does. It kind of does activate your senses to wake up.
The tentacle's gone, by the way, so he like wakes up, but it's like no longer there. So it can all be a figment of his imagination.
He immediately wakes up with like the popping of the Squidward eyes, bloodshot and everything.
What you don't know is for a split second, there's the Sharon gone right there, just oh god.
Oh. He's definitely wondering whether or not that was real, and at this point he's trying to rip his beard off like a piece of Velcro.
Oh no.
You feel there's nothing slimy there. It's just it's your beard.
Kookaburras there are as well.
Okay, they're still there. Daddy, I'm still there. Oh, that's right.
Let's get a drink. Do we have any updates on the situation with the platypus?
Unfortunately, no. Nobody's giving you any recent situations. It takes a while
I was just asking.
for them to get even so much as close to Krog.
I mean, it took us a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lest they decide to take an airship, but they're not willing to throw that much resources into this.
Oh shit, there's airships.
Yeah, there are
dude.
airships. You guys from
We've
the
just
center
been
of the
taking the long way this entire time.
well, airship fare is pretty expensive, but also like they're the sight of airships are not uncommon here,
Okay.
as there is the Platinum Tower, which kind of acts as like the airport where airships come in, they land on what are like these giant chain basins and hold the airship in place while it's off. But yeah, airships do exist.
So, just to recap, we're gonna get this medal. Where are we going?
What was the name of the place, Yara?
Orocone.
Orocone.
Yep.
Wait, is that the place where you started off too?
Yep.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yep.
Oh
We're
shit,
going back to
we're going
Orocone.
back.
Oh,
So, how much rarer is that metal since, wasn't the Lycia Bay thing fairly nearby to that?
Lycia Bay is about 2.5 days travel from Orocone. The reason why you guys got there so fast was because of a transportation circle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
However, something to note.
No.
Oh. In this past week, there has been an update that has become very interesting to a lot of people. Apparently, the trains are working again. Not through the Lycia line going up to Aurario just yet, but they're apparently the recent news and general information that's been going around is that the Eberron Express, after the crash that had happened a couple of months ago, they've managed to reconstruct and replace the Arcanum core that had that due to a crash due to a terrorist attack from a small cell of drows, and a group of adventurers managing to replace it. And now, yeah, the train is now working once more, and the line going from Wallenstein all the way up to Vale, and there's now current talks of Vale trying to figure out which train line should be going, but unfortunately the whole thing with Krog prevents that line to go there and back over to the Aurario line. And of course, with Lycia Bay being the way it is, there's just no way for it to get here just yet.
Okay. So we have no access to the train.
Yeah. So the airships are the next fastest travel. Then it's wagons or foot travel.
How much is
walking
it?
sucks.
How
Walking
far away is Orocone?
Orocone on foot would take about at least somewhere along the line of 6 days, if you decide to just continue traveling. On wagon, 5 days at the very most.
I technically have something we could use.
Oh.
He's Franz looks to everyone. He's like, "Tell me,
Is it more giant bees?
more giant wasps."
How many wasps are you keeping?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. Anyway, would you guys
That
like
is
to travel
fair.
by?
I
Would you
mean,
guys like to travel by insect again?
we've certainly done it
I would
before.
love to.
How long do they last?
Well, let me read the thing again. Because I think it actually, I don't know if it goes up in terms of time with each level that you take, but let's see here. It says that it can last up to concentration up to 10 minutes.
I don't think we're gonna get that far.
Yeah, and I remember because you had to recast the spell all the way to the top of the
Oh, the mount, that
Yeah.
long mountain where we got
Damn,
the feathers.
and here's me not picking Fine Steed. I was looking at it.
Question: that train goes all the way to Aurario, right?
It can, but as for right now, the lines have just been shut down because the whole thing with Krog and Lycia.
Ah, dang.
There has been one big project that has kind of come to mind, is creating a line that goes directly between Vale and Aurario, but going through the Great Plain is a vastly terrifying project where there is no major there's no way to get enough resources in between those two kingdoms. So it would just either be a huge waste of time or would cost a lot of money, and nobody's willing to fork up for it.
Balls.
But these people are freaking drowning in money. How the?
Not
Yes, but they
everybody
want to
likes.
keep their money.
Politics.
Indeed. Anyway.
Neither kingdom
It's
wants to
okay.
throw money at it, and whoever throws the most money out of it, well, the interpolitics of the entire kingdom kind of goes awry.
If I could construct a power resource, I could control the railway system, and then I could become the capitalism.
Capitalism.
It'd be cool if there was a teleportation spell and just get us right there.
But I
in
guess
the meantime, we can use our good old-fashioned lakes.
Indeed.
hell wagon, I guess.
Or we could try to find a wagon. Actually, I
That
need to
too.
speak to some wagon people anyway, so let's go find out how much that would be.
All right.
Well, the wagon fare is normally fairly cheap.
Indeed.
All right. So, after a short conversation with your mother, in determining that you are taking a mission that the kingdom has kind of just put out, and it does come with a reward upon your return, obviously, and then after a little bit of back and forth, you find yourselves, of course, within Ventimore, looking for those who are willing to travel by wagon.
I wanted to talk to Kenneth's mother, though.
Sure. All right.
If I can get a private moment with you, ma'am.
Absolutely. What did you want to talk about? And she leads you to the to her private office and shuts the door.
Well, she points at where the white hair is, or was.
All right.
How did you know? Is it because of this?
Years of experience, yes. And even my own.
Is this like a tell? Like, can anyone know that I passed because of this?
Those who have gone beyond the veil, they are often marked. And some have more severity than others. And for the first time does she actually begin to show, like, her hands, while very dainty and very simple, as she pulls up one of the sleeves, it is almost like the skin is just attached to the bone. There's barely any muscle.
Oh, what the...
It's a face stapled onto like a fucking shrine.
And for the first time, when you begin to realize her story, what she meant by what she lost strength.
Mm-hmm.
My last interaction was before Canis was born. There are those who had tried to prevent his birth, and I was fortunate enough that even with my husband's blessing, when I died, when I was pulled back through, I had to give a lot of my strength up. Luckily, he was born, and he survived, and is obviously a very healthy man now, but that was when I retired, and I decided to focus more on my mind.
Hmm. So, is there anything you could like tell me about this? Is there any way to prevent people from knowing this besides me dyeing the hair, or I don't know.
If you want my advice, just don't die again.
I was not planning on.
Just don't get hit, forehead.
Don't get hit.
It seems like whatever happened to you was lucky. Barely
People be
escaped
like that.
You've barely escaped with just a lack of pigmentation and a change in your eye. But to anyone that does go through the veil, they are always marked. I don't consider it a curse or something terrible. I consider it a blessing. You should be lucky that you even get to stand here. But I do understand your concern, though.
I feel like without your son, we will be in danger. I think he's the only one that can bring us back, huh?
I find it kind of ironic about that, don't we?
How so?
That by just coming back myself, it would later on be someone that would be able to always bring someone back from the brink of death.
We'll try to make sure he doesn't go.
Well, if that is everything.
Yeah, I think so. I thank you for the information, and if there's any updates regarding the whole plate post thing, would it be possible to send a message to us?
I will have something prepared just in case.
Understood.
Very well. Well then, your friends are waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And she opens the door, and you find yourself making your way out and reconvening with your allies.
The last thing I want to do is ask Leroy what he wants to do, though. Like, does he want to stay here and study and check up on the situation, or does he want to go?
I think it would be best that I stay for now. I was promised that the mall would be brought here to the best of their ability if they can find it. And
Then I believe
obviously, I don't want to cause any problems.
Just do me that favor, okay?
Yeah.
Don't try to go by yourself. Don't do anything stupid. And if you ever need anything, just try to reach me, okay?
Alright, fine.
River's going to give Leroy a hug.
And as you embrace him, it's almost as if he kind of unknowingly doesn't know how to react to this. And he gives a slight awkward pat.
Like, there.
Okay.
Sorry. Just take care, okay?
Yeah.
We'll be back.
See you when you get back.
And she's going to return to the group.
Alright. So, as you guys find yourselves once again within Ventimore to look for wagon to travel, you once again find yourselves back at that travel company that got you there. This time, once again, you end up actually finding somebody of a familiar face. It is none other than Morgan, the original caravaness who had brought you guys to the Emerald Enclave.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking Gurm, but that was from the Emerald Enclave to Vale.
I was hoping for Nerm.
Nerm. Hey, Morgan.
I miss Nerve.
Oh,
We
well,
all
howdy,
miss-
y'all. It's been a while.
Indeed.
It's been a while. It's been about a couple months now. See, y'all have managed to make your way back here. So, how you been?
Better.
Yeah, you look better. You slightly smaller though, to my memory.
Okay, look.
Just like,
There's no need to point that out.
hey, listen, as a fellow halfling, I get it, but like, I just remember you were about like my height, but now you're just like less than my height.
It's
It
the
all
boots,
went-
okay? I got the new ones. They
Her
have
height went-
platforms.
Her height
She
went
has had
to
an
her chest.
eventful few weeks.
Hey, no, I get it. So y'all heading out again? I was planning on heading back to the Emerald Enclave once more, but if y'all are heading to Orocone, I a few extra coinage, I wouldn't mind taking you there.
How much is a few extra coin?
5 from the normal rate.
which was
Much to your memory, I believe it was about 25 gold pieces from the regular rate, because you guys are now traveling slightly out of the way of the Emerald Enclave.
for each or for the group.
For the group.
So $30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Garo's gonna cover it.
that's one person at the spa for the day.
Yeah,
That we spent more in pampering ourselves. We can
that's
do this.
one set of nails.
Not to mention we can keep safe with the tower.
Yeah.
Fine. Also, I do have a quick question though, just out of mild curiosity. We're not going to take care of this just yet. How much would it be to purchase a wagon, like for keepsies?
Oh, well, I mean, it could be, somewhere a little bit between about 300 to, if you want something real nice, like close to about 1,500. Like we're talking like the people that come from Crespus that like they got the money to do so.
Keep that. in
Everyone
mind,
looks at
thank you.
Canis.
I'm not buying us a wagon.
None needed. None needed.
Don't
Besides,
worry.
it's better. It's better for us to be supporting the people.
Indeed, and this was a promise that I kept, so I intend to keep it.
All right. Well, good to know. Well, let me just pack everything in, get the cockatrices up and locked in, and then we'll be heading on our way.
Oh god, this is the wagon we were with. We were traveling with truffles, and oh
I hope
no.
they're doing okay.
I sent them a message.
Story.
This was an old friend of yours, right? Your first companion?
Yeah.
Yes, he left us before you arrived.
But don't worry, I'm sure he's living a wonderful life now.
I hope so.
So after a little bit of time passes in managing to pack in everything between the rations and all the really important stuff for anybody that does any merchanting between two towns and kingdoms, you guys finally pack yourselves in. You make your way off to Orocone.
Lionel fucking like vibe skeleton walks his way into the fucking carriage.
You okay there?
He's having a good time. He's fucking like ready to go. He's had a lot of good things happen to him lately. A lot
Look
of
at
good. Remember, from the start of this whole adventure, a lot of shit's been okay, and then went really sucky, and now everything's just coming up Millhouse.
It's just it's just good to know that everything is going well for you. Seeing you guys happy is actually pretty good.
It is nice. Helena just kind of lounges somewhere in the back of the carriage.
Lionel
Garo loads up and hit. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say Lionel just like is now content just sitting in the back reading his book, just happily writing shit.
Garb loads up. Ah! And hits his head.
Every time.
I really have to stop doing that. Why do I have to be so tall?
It's weird because like
among men.
it's so weird because like the clearance is just never enough for you. You always have to be slightly haunching when you stand up.
Why do I have to be a freak of nature?
No,
oh,
you're just
you're
tall.
not a freak.
Lionel looks up from his book. Squint. Goes back into it.
Look, as far as I know, all of you are freaks of nature. I just last time I went to the library, I realized all slow metabolism.
The tentacle pops out from the side of the wall and lightly slaps her on the cheek.
I was gonna say, when Rivers says you're all freaks, you just see the woke eyes in Helena.
I'm just saying, you all eat like babies. It's so weird. So
A single tear falls out of Franz's eye.
I was getting concerned that if you guys were sick or something, so I got myself a book. And turns out, my people...
So I spent a good chunk of... I spent a third of the money in our entire reserves on cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out you're the freak.
Hey. Because
see?
I burned
That's
calories
my-
faster. It's not my fault.
Is it good cheese, though?
Pretty good. I packed some
can I have
for the travel. Rather than the chef.
So, after what has been several days, and luckily with your ally Lionel, always providing Lionel's tower, you
Skeleton
guys,
vibes on in.
you guys do end up finding yourselves within Orocone in about 5 days. By the time you get there, it is a little bit into the nighttime. The thick and heavy metallic smell is exhausting, just from the open, wide plains air to the red Rocky Mountains, and just you can tell the air is different comparative to when you first arrived. It is probably a bit thicker, and it seems like a lot more people are active in trying to get things done, but also there's a bit of sick as well. You are aware of the Oubliette Inn, and not too many other places around, but you can certainly try and find a way to find any lodgings for the night. However, as you guys finally get off the carriage and turn to Morgan, she gives a slight bow and is like, y'all were relatively nice, and as always, it was very nice to have a place to sleep in there, Lionel.
Lionel nods to her.
And I got about another couple of days to get over to that there Emerald Enclave, but I hope you guys are safe on your travels back if you decide to head back to Auraria.
We will. We appreciate it, Morgan.
Thank you.
All right. Well then, and she tips her straw hat just a bit, and then she pulls the rein, and then the cockatrices lead off. You guys are now within the night town of Orocone, a mining town where there is probably a great deal of adamantine sales here. However, due to recent information, especially as it's come across to you, adamantine is running dry to the rest of the kingdom, and you're not exactly sure why.
Well, let's go find some.
I was gonna say,
Should we take a quick break here?
Yes, we're gonna go ahead, take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will be right back, everyone. So at 7 or 7:45, we'll be right back. And yeah. All right. Well then, see you guys then.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
そうだ、味方だぜ。
Oh, Dry didn't know the commercial.
No, no, like my explicit question was, Dry, don't you know about Gorilla Tape?
Hello.
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 Would you believe me if I said I never knew?
It's such a treat.
I don't think I could. Like, it is.
I want you to know that I am 100% wholeheartedly not messing with you on this. I have legit never heard of Gorilla Tape.
It is
until this
insane.
point.
I can genuinely tell you that.
Wow.
Okay, here's another thing that people apparently don't believe when I tell them this. I've never had cheesecake.
No.
Whoa.
I can believe that.
No, I get
Well,
it.
actually, yeah,
Like avoiding food, like I get it, but like Gorilla Tape is like one of the like most like hard pressed thing that anybody within like I would say conventions are concerned.
So, I kid you not, I have literally made a working boat using just wood and Gorilla Tape.
See,
Nice.
A working boat with
I
it.
only know about the normal like gray tape, normal like staple tape. I know of flex tape now due to the memes.
Yeah,
That's a lot of damage.
now that's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
a lot of
damage.
damage.
Fun fact, it's actually quite strong. And it's some strong shit. I don't know what they
Hey,
do
yo,
to it, but it is strong.
Thanks, Blackfoot Ferret, for Gorilla Tape.
Ferret.
Is tape for gorillas.
I love perfectly cut Scream Gorilla.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
perfectly cut screams
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, and anything by the Perfectly Cut Screams Twitter is like my favorite. All right,
It is.
All right. Anyway.
so back to what we are here to do, and that is to play some D&D and me choose a fucking playlist for God's sake. There, that one.
One that sets the mood.
All right. So, now within the night, you are within the Red Mountain City of Orocone, here where many individuals come to seek their fortune in mining, and also to find the ever so prominent material known as adamantine. So, here, standing within the thick and musky smell of the city, between the metallic, between the sick, between everything, what do you guys do?
Well, since it's nighttime, are any of the blacksmith shops open at this point?
As far as you can see, within the lights of any blacksmith shop, no, they are all darkened in their windows.
We might need to wait until tomorrow then.
Looks
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
probably best that we turn in for tonight.
Probably.
Should we use the tower?
Well,
I mean, it's free.
it is, but I feel like perhaps we should try to go to an inn. I'm noticing an awful lot of people here are sick, and I have to wonder if that's what's causing this.
Then I think
shortage.
that's more of a reason we should use the tower.
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps for the night. However, we should probably investigate why that's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, but everyone gets his bottle of water. Don't drink from the sink.
The safe
But
way.
tap water is delicious.
That's true. So, you guys decide to find a open space, hopefully to create Lionel's Tower.
Oh yeah, I thought we.
Or do you
Yeah,
want
we can investigate that tomorrow, probably. Just all at the same
I mean, we
time.
could go in tomorrow. It's just that if people are sick in the city and we don't need to be in the city to not gain sickness, I'd rather not have to risk that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just investigate tomorrow then.
All right.
I mean, no one knows we got here. We can just go in tomorrow.
So, as you guys decide to prop up Lionel's Tower, as the night passes through, the sun now beginning to beam through the windows, and you guys now see the giant, almost slightly western and barren city. There are a number of people that are kind of walking through, many with their faces covered. some who are within some very varying attire for both mining and blacksmithing. There are also several individuals who seem to have had missing body parts replaced with what is the mechanical art of automail in this in this city.
Is it functional?
From what you guys understand, especially with the with art of magic and artificy, automail is not impossible. It is a viable option for replacing a lost limb.
Good to know.
Lino cringes at that. He's not okay.
You don't want to be part robot.
No, that just feels disgusting.
All right. So, what do you guys do?
Well, what do you guys think? Blacksmith shop, or try to perhaps investigate some of the inns, or
I'm
some of
going
the
to assume
doctors?
the blacksmiths will know why their resources have not. Also, why not? I'm thinking you can just store your wands and all those magical stuff in a robot arm.
Focus,
I wouldn't,
darling.
I wouldn't
Sorry.
say so much the blacksmiths, more the prospectors for the mining companies. They would probably have a better idea.
Should we split up?
No.
Not even in teams?
No.
Yeah, I think we should stick together on this.
If
New
everyone
town and
around here is
everything.
getting sick, and it's somewhere new,
Yeah. I think we should stick together on this one.
Okay.
Blacksmiths should have some information regarding their supplies.
All right. So, you guys do end up walking around town. There are a number of blacksmiths that do live here. It's really up to your choice. The ones that
Looking
come
for the
looking
we
for
could
what?
look for the most expensive looking one, like the one that looks like would have
Would sell
more.
adamantine.
Yeah, the big establishment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, not a hard find. It is, while it is a sizable town, it's not a big one. You do find yourselves with an eye shot of a rather nice-looking blacksmithing shop. It is about 2 stories. It has a giant furnace that seems to be billowing out now as the smoke now begins to build for the morning fires. As you begin to walk over and you enter, there are about 16 people within this building who are kind of organizing and cleaning the shop, making sure that everything is kind of put in place. And many of the blacksmiths that do work here are in the back and working away at their current projects.
Good morning.
And one individual with what looks to be a gnomish girl, as she turns, her hair is a slightly almost like copper after it begins to change into that greenish color. And as she turns and she looks up to you, "Oh, hello. Hi. We don't. We're not like fully open yet, but like if you want to wait for some of the blacksmiths, they're not taking too many requests today, but they're more than willing to help. Anything?
Well,
Go ahead.
no, you. Well, we were actually looking for some information.
Sure. And she kind of steps away and gets a little closer. I could probably help you.
What was the metal called?
Adamantine.
adamantine.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been kind of going thin. Some of the prospectors and many of the mining companies have been kind of running themselves a bit thin on that. We have some in stock, but we're not selling it.
For what reason? That this used to be abundant, apparently. Why is it just suddenly being depleted?
Well, we've been hearing that the main kingdom has been sending a couple of people down, but every single time they come, they either leave rather in a hurry, or some have even said they haven't just come out of the mines. We just assumed there's just been a monster in there, and we're just waiting for either somebody to take care of it, or the mining company is just going to close it.
A monster, you say?
Is that a reward?
Whatever the kingdom has kind of accumulated for the reward, but we put out a request, and we haven't gotten anybody that's claimed the prize yet.
Do you know what kind of monster it is?
No, I try to keep away from the mines. I like all my limbs.
Do you know anyone who would?
Yeah, any miners that have been there?
I know that prospector, Thorvald. She's been rather, pulling her hair out at the ends about this whole thing.
Do you know where we can find her?
Yeah, and she begins to walk out, and she begins to point towards with what looks like to be a widened area where the mining tunnels seem to be going down towards, and you see that there are a number of buildings that circle around it. It should be the first one right on the left, right before it goes down into the mines.
I actually want to ask her something. So you're saying that people come back out and they end up having to get all these robotic limbs attached to them. Is there anyone who can actually give us an account of what happened to them that has recently been retrieved from the hospital?
Either they've left the town, or they just, I don't know, they don't come out.
But I mean,
like the reason why I don't go, because, mining is a dangerous business. Several times a day, a collapsing can happen and people end up losing limbs or even their lives entirely.
All right, very well then. Getting a witness account of an attack would have been helpful.
Yeah, but
Not that I know of, sorry.
yeah, the prospector might be the best bet then.
All right, then let's go find him.
Her.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely.
We go in that direction.
Alright, so
Wait, which direction?
you guys
Oh,
will...
Good
Helena-
idea.
Helena loops her arm through Garu's.
Of course.
Just skipping along the way.
So, as a bit of time as you guys walk around town, you are noticing that there are several individuals coming in and out of the main mining area, but there's not the big hustle and bustle. They are just going in and out of the buildings, and some are braving their way to the mines, but there are those who just have not made their way down.
Helena lightly knocks on the door. Hello?
And you hear, with what looks like to be very large footsteps, as the door opens, you see a very large Orocone woman who is now staring, just her eyes slightly above the threshold of the door, now leaning down to see the group of all of you. Interesting
prospect, right?
guests.
The prospector, I presume?
Aye.
We are a group of adventurers. We've heard that, the mines have had some issues with getting some adamantine. There's apparently a monster. You were, perhaps, I think, thinking of taking care of that. Would you know what kind of monster it is, at all?
Come on in, I'll explain everything. And she moves off to the side, she shuffles. She is a full-size orc woman. It is strange to see any creature that would often be known for raiding and killing, and also mostly childbearing for their race, to mingle with human beings in this rather desolate, if not slightly bountiful town. And as she closes the door and begins to open some of the blinds, she begins to walk over and pulls with what looks like to be a unfinished breakfast for her.
Yep. Interrupted.
Another group of adventurers?
Well, not just any group of adventurers. We are the Dynamic Entry Incorporated.
We are still keeping that name.
We haven't figured out
I
anything
think it's a
better.
lovely
Frankly,
name.
I like it.
Never heard of you. Also,
Name pending.
Name keeping.
Come on.
any one of you that often has too many names, too big for britches. And she takes a huge bite out of what looks like to be the hunk of ham leg that she has been cooking.
How many other adventurers have gone into the mines?
At least 7 groups. All not very liking to the mines. Whatever's down there is obviously a terrifying sight, or at worst, terrifying to fight.
Any casualties?
Several.
Oof.
What were the accounts of those that came back out?
Much to my memory, to any of my miners, the ones that almost spoke like madness. Their minds like mush. They spoke as if these things, as if physical crescents and twisted bodies, blood and faces everywhere.
I want
That
to roll
sounds
history
familiar.
check.
Sure.
Here I go. Nice. 19 plus 7, 26.
There is only one account to this, and it is an account that you've personally encountered as well.
Oh no.
It is
Yeah.
much to that description. You remember the monsters within Lycia Bay?
They be getting sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
why people are getting sick around here.
Oh no.
Well, ma'am, we know exactly what's happening, and it probably would be best that everyone leave rather than stay here.
It's his business.
Tis business. This is your life. Do you know what plagues Lycia Bay as of current? That's the beginnings of what's happening here.
Story
What
was
concerns-
Lycia Bay went boom. Flash of light and night, and then boom.
Not quite what happened.
The sickness and the description of the creatures. It fits. Did the sickness started like amongst the same time as the production of the mining stopped?
No, it started a few weeks ago.
Well, which one?
Well, within the mines, the people, many miners, not my own, started disappearing. And some were coming out talking of madness before their minds finally cleared up and went right back to work. But there are people that have not come back out. But
Maybe it has something to do with the sickness that started.
Possibly.
the town's air has gotten a little thick, I will admit. But This is our
Become less.
livelihood. We can't just up and leave. So when we put in request to Kingdom to have a bunch of outside help, we had hoped that this would have been a quick matter to fix. Yeah.
I mean, we have dealt with this before. We have some experience with it.
That we do.
Very much so. Though I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you happen to have any masks or something that can block out this fog?
No. We have general mining masks, but they're just cloth.
I mean, it can delay, so any help can be of use.
I
If you wouldn't mind, ma'am.
5 gold pieces each.
Oh,
I feel like we're being swindled on that.
I do too. Clay.
me too, but we need to get this done.
We should take care. The last thing we want is for any of us to get sick.
We're taking it from the shared account. No worries.
All right.
Actually, Garo's gonna try and persuade her.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so to just roll persuasion or what?
Yeah, go ahead, make a persuasion check.
Okie dokie.
So
That is an 18.
Oh, what do you say?
Are you sure there's nothing? Maybe anything a little bit stronger? Trust me, it's a lot stronger than you think.
I guess you are helping. 3 gold pieces each. I have nothing else stronger, but this is all we got.
Okay. Yeah, can take that from the shared account. It's almost nothing. It's fine.
That's another
Alright.
18 gold.
Alright, so you guys get with what looks like to be slightly padded cloth. It does form well around the mouth. However, Yugaru, it's a bit weird. For Lionel, like, it's almost half his face goes into this, and the same thing for River. But for you,
Sorry, I was
it's
pulled
just...
away.
Fine.
For you, it's just barely the nostril area this mask manages to cover.
It's okay, he'll just wrap it around his snout. There we go. Nice and comfy.
Oh, we're getting gas masks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have.
We're
masks.
basically getting bandanas. That's all
Yeah,
we're
like
getting.
a
Yeah.
cloth.
They don't have anything great, but it's something.
Oh, you bastards! You're only giving us a flu mask. We're gonna get fucking lead poisoning. Fuck off.
We still
No, we're
might,
gonna get black lung. It'll
but
be fine.
Yeah. Where's my canary?
Oh well.
You're the canary.
Look,
Oh fuck!
So, wait,
anything is better than nothing. So
wait, is it like a is it specifically just like the air itself is quite poisonous, or is there like more things that we don't know about that's poisonous too?
From what we recall, it was the air back in Lacia Bay, or like the more time we spent there. Unclear if it was like being absorbed on us, or if we were breathing it. But since we don't know that, might as well just try this.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. What else do we know about the creature that we can recall? Did it do any necrotic damage? I don't think it did.
It could teleport.
It could teleport. We know that.
From all the information that you remember, this is what happens to people when they are infected with the disease of Tharsden. Their physical bodies crack and break down, and they become twisted malformations of what they once were. The several faces and skulls that would protrude from their bodies is a terrifying sight to remember, and that they levitate. Kind of like below the physical body that you can remember, acts like an exhaust, and it helps them float around. These were kind of like the larvae of demons that were kind of just at the beck and call of any demon or even Thorsten himself.
Yeah, well, we recall in Lycia Bay, it was not the portals. That was something else too. Okay. So we have this. We have the masks. We know where the entrance to it is. Like, is there a specific point where these things happen?
The ones that disappear the most are down all the way at the bottom and center. Those are the ones that cause the most disappearance. Mine is fine.
Okay.
All right.
Now, before we move on, is there anything else we need to prepare? Because last time we rushed in, it didn't go so well.
Well, sadly, I didn't fight alongside you guys for that one, so.
I mean, like last fight in general.
All right, here's
Before we
another
go in,
question.
Oh,
I have another question then. Apart from the problem that's currently plaguing this place, what local hazards have there been inside the mines as of late?
Oh, yeah.
Collapsins, acid pools.
What?
Problem? Huh.
And anything that stands on two legs and carries a weapon?
Not that we know of. No. I mean, there are miners. Probably one's not too happy.
Oh no, I was thinking of things that I've only heard nothing but stories of people digging too deep and finding something secret or something that doesn't belong to them.
You mean like a tomb?
No, I mean like kobolds or drow.
No.
So
Okay.
the only thing we have to worry about are the monstrosities. Okay.
Sounds like it.
An
So far.
unknown number of them.
Yes. Which means we'll probably have to try to be quiet and stealthy. Perhaps. Oh, wait,
Everyone looks at Catus.
Yeah.
That's what it is to get animantine.
Yeah.
Would
That's
you
what
be
we're trying to get.
Here's a better question. Would you be remiss if we ended up getting a piece for ourselves while we're down there?
I'd pay you for it.
Perfect.
What
Well,
would,
we need
what would it look what does it look like so we know the vein when we seek it?
She looks over and she goes towards what looks like to be a fireplace. There is a long bar of this stuff, and it is pure jet black with what looks like to be almost like silvery veins that have a very specific structure to it. There is no offset to it. It is like Damascus, only perfect.
Awesome, and I can conjure pickaxes.
Perfect.
Well, can you before we proceed? Can you do it actually? Like,
I mean, I can. That benign transposition, I could basically just fucking conjure up anything that's as big as me.
okay, just making sure. If we don't want to be there, and then I don't know where Jaro goes. Now you can.
Jaro, are you cool with me just being like, hey, conjure pickaxe?
I mean, if you're able to conjure the pickaxe, you should be able to conjure
Cool.
the pickaxe.
Sick!
All right.
All right.
Before we head into the mines, Canis will want to send word to his mother at. Does this place have a messenger area? Or messenger building?
There is. You're aware of the Alanon post and the rather familiar-looking halfling individuals that continue to run it.
It's just weird that they all look the same.
Yeah. Each one with different spectacles. This one is octangular.
Where are the
Fantastic.
nurse's choice?
Canis will try to send word back to his mother that whatever happened in Lycia Bay has been leaking to other areas, and the quarantine hasn't been working.
It appears to be.
Appears to be not working. And that is the reason for why the adamantine shortage has been happening.
It travels underground.
Great.
No.
Hooray.
Oh God, great.
No, thank your lucky stars, it's not airborne.
Well, it still
Yeah.
might be, but we don't have
Just a little bit.
confirmation.
Oh God, we are going in, boys.
All right.
All right.
Oh wait, do we have? Are there any available? I don't know, potion shops?
We have a couple of healing potions.
We have a
already,
couple, but
I
just
think.
making sure.
Any of the other equipment that we might need.
This town doesn't really deal in that. I mean, there is the occasional doctor and cleric that can help people who end up hurting themselves, but nobody here deals in the arcane.
I figured, but just need to ask.
I'm
Yeah.
How
the
about
only
a-
special boy.
How about a diamond mine? Can't get enough of those.
Can we get a bunch of diamonds?
Totally dependent.
Cadis is just going to hoard diamonds.
All your diamonds.
A diamond ring on every.
Why now, pickaxe? What do you mean? Just do it!
So as you guys ultimately prepare yourselves, you are led out through the front, and you see this Orocone woman as she begins to walk over. You can enter this one. If you need to get all the way down to bottom, there should be a shaft that will allow you to go straight down and then out.
Well,
All right.
anything else we need to prepare, guys?
Let me take a look at my spells real quick, because I want to prep my goddamn spells.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not magically inclined, so I'm fine.
Yeah, like me and Franz and Canis
Canis,
should
yeah.
double check our spells very carefully.
I wanted to ask the lady too,
Well,
like how long does it take to get there?
To get down to bottom should take about 20 minutes if you take shaft.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, are we gonna be going down this thing enough that my spells will actually have to matter, or?
I believe so. We need to, if we're going down all the way to the bottom in 20 minutes, if you guys need any extra preparation, we can wait another day.
All right, so flight is bumpkus here.
And I'm
Like-
looking for what the cure or remove disease is listed as, and what spell level that is.
I think it was restoration or some sort.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah.
Okay, I have that prepared already. At least I think that.
Wait, this would be an amazing spell, spider climb.
Oh yes.
I thought curing poison and disease was its own thing, or
It
oh, no,
should.
it is just restoration.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna go
later
fight
greater
from Lycia Bay. Guess who has banishment?
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned can cure a disease. Okay, so yeah, lesser restoration is just what I needed, and I got that already.
All right.
Wait, Lionel, do you have Hold Monster yet?
No, I don't. Sadly.
Damn it.
No, that's like a 5th level spell.
Yeah, that's next. Let's see. Which? Okay, which bolt? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Hold Person, and we'll do the secret chest, and I will also get rid of chromatic orb. No, fuck that. Why would I ever get rid of that?
If Gary
Go
had
to,
eyes, he
man.
would cry.
I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of Fireball and replace it with the Black Tentacle.
Ooh, fireball,
So-
really?
So my spells, as of current, are now. Let's see.
you mean
Prepare spells. Here we
firebolt.
go.
Gotcha.
I have all my cantrips: Chromatic Orb, Magic Missile, Shield, Witch Bolt, Misty Step, Spider Climb, Counter Spell, Galder's Tower, Banishment, Black Tentacle, Secret Chest, and Polymorph.
All right.
Let's see here. So far, these are all the spells that I have prepared as of right now. There's Mold Earth, Primal Savagery, Produce Flame, Absorb Elements, Enhanced Ability, Healing Spirit, Lesser Restoration, Mirror Image, Misty Step, Pass Without a Trace, Dispel Magic, Flame Arrow, Speak with Plants, Water Breathing, Water Walk, Blight, Control Water, Freedom of Movement, Hallucinatory Terrain, Polymorph, and Stone Skin.
Jesus.
Nice.
You are our pocket buffer.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. I got Light, because apparently no one else can. Mending, Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, Toll the Dead,
What do you
Bless.
My
You don't have Light?
I have.
You got a light.
Everyone has Light. Everyone has
No,
Light.
I don't have light.
I don't
but
need it.
If I conjure something, it gives off light.
That's fair.
I don't have Light, but I have Blight, which is the complete opposite.
How many of us have Dark Vision?
I have it.
Oh.
I don't.
Surprisingly,
Bronze
not
ca-
me.
I have
Bronze
Trevor
can
sense.
have it, if you, with, wild shapes.
And Canis has it.
Garu,
I have torches.
Garu, this is definitely your kind of environment, as echolocation is definitely your thing.
For once, Garu can see more than us.
Yeah.
I finally feel at home.
How's it feel to be blind, idiots?
And so, as you guys are preparing to get down to the bottom of the shaft, you notice from across the way that there is a small group that is now coming back up. One individual looks oddly peculiar. He has extremely long black hair, red glasses, a jet black suit, and with what looks like to be a long, razor-thin blade.
Coming out of the mines?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's coming out of the mines and carrying a great number of people. Like,
Wait, just on his fucking shoulders?
He's holding one person under arm, and there are several other miners that are kind of pulling these people out one by one as they're heading to what could be the most nearest healer. And they're like, quickly, hurry, we need to get these people healed. And as he's shouting, they are all running across the giant pit-like area. And
Is it Dr. No?
Oh my fucking god, I know who this is.
As he does pass, it is to anyone that has ever interacted with this man. He's interesting.
Wow, who is that really strange character?
Oh, how can you see that? You're blind.
You could hear the guy shouting.
Sounds so familiar.
Wasn't that your old
He
character?
made it all the
It
way.
doesn't look-
Yeah, it was.
He
I don't know,
made
it
it
doesn't
all
sound
the way to
interesting.
Orocone.
Let's ignore this person and go somewhere.
So
I'm sure he has his own story to tell.
he surely does.
Yeah, no, he came out from the mines with these people, right? So he knows.
So he has the fucking eyewitness account. We need to speak to him.
If you wish.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though we already know what we're fighting, but
Yeah, but even more information?
We gotta get the info. Maybe some backup too.
Or we can just ignore him. Fuck him.
Up to you guys. What do you want to do?
I mean, if everyone else is just gonna ignore this man, I guess.
No, we are.
No, we have to
No,
talk
no,
to
no,
this
no.
guy.
If we
We
can
have
get
to
some
talk to this
information.
man.
All right. So do you attempt to stop the man?
Yes.
All right. As you shout to whatever
Sir.
account. Hello. Little girl.
Yeah. I apologize for bothering you, but you just came from the mines, correct?
Yes, I did. And quite an interesting interaction that was.
What happened?
Yeah. You know what's happening down there?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, I was asked to head down there in order to see if I can doctor some people and make sure that I can, heal them up by stitching them together and tearing them apart and then stitching them back together. Quite an interesting show indeed.
That sounds awfully violent.
No, I heal them so they are perfectly fine with the power of science.
What do they
Like,
look like?
concerned.
Like for the sake of everyone else, what do they look like?
They all look like they are in terrible condition. Probably, like, there's a couple of guys that are sticking by him, and they're kind of just, like, looking at each other. It's just like, this man's fucked. This man's fucked up, but he's doing his job right, apparently.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Would you care to assist us? We need more people. It could be awfully dangerous in there.
Oh
Tell us
no,
what happened down
there are many people that need to be healed as of this moment, but if you need any information, I'm more than willing to pass it upon.
How many more are down there?
As far as I can remember, absolutely no one.
Or what is down there?
Oh, well, what is down there? There was this rather hairy-looking monster and beastly. I touched him a bit and told him to back away, and he did.
He complied.
What?
Well, I persuaded him with pain.
So why? Wait, can you can fix this?
No. I actually need to administer a great deal of science in order to prevent these people's deaths.
I feel like you.
Who are you?
I am the ever so magnificent Dr. No!
That sounds like a terrible name.
I don't remember much before, so that's why it's just Dr. No!
Literally who?
What?
Have we ever heard of this name?
Did your parents love you with that name?
I have no idea. There's not much about that. Not that I was ever given.
Yara, have we ever heard this name before?
Should we roll history?
I don't want to roll a history for this man.
I was gonna
Bronze
say,
is
Helena's
twitching
gonna
his
stay
eye
blank on
right
this
now.
one.
This is
He's like a complete lunatic.
He is.
Name?
The name is pretty familiar.
To who?
To who?
So, much to the news of the recent train accident that happened a few months ago, right before, right along the same time the whole Lycia Bay incident happened, he was one of the people that helped get the core of Arcanum from the Underdark to help rebuild the trains.
Oh god.
This lunatic?
He was one of them.
this absolute
What?
madman.
Are we sure he came back the same as when he went down to the Underdark?
No, he's always kind of just been this way.
Yeah,
sad.
Helena's like got that very concerned, leading far away from this dude.
Yeah,
kind of
Lionel's
like-
squinting and like just leering at this man.
Canis just looks dumbfounded and like half disgust on his face at looking at this guy.
How much longer will it take for you to heal these people?
I would imagine about a couple of days. I'm not. It's not an exact science.
I thought
It needs to be!
It needs. Yeah.
Lionel just like fucking hisses that. It needs to be!
I try.
I'm gonna go.
Let's walk away from the nice man, honey.
Good luck with your science, whatever it is.
Absolutely. Good luck down there, friends. Have a safe time to the best of your ability.
We'll try.
And you guys enter the mines.
What just happened?
Lionel,
What the fuck was that?
That was
Lionel just like
Dr.
looks off to
No
the
from-
side and fucking hisses and just goes, I feel fucking dirty speaking to that man.
That was Dr. No from the Afterwar campaign.
Oh, that was kind of fucking Bruce character.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He's still around and he's fucking up still.
I don't think I could handle a full session with this man without losing my
I
mind.
would.
Mine is not as good as Boo's.
I feel like if I casted a spell at him, it would reflect and hit me back.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could.
It might.
He's like level 20 by this point.
Fuck!
No.
Ugh.
No. Oh god.
Anyways, we got shit to do. Let's worry about that. Don't worry about that man over there.
Don't
We can
worry
have
about this
Frosty, so
Faust-looking motherfucker.
Don't worry about this Alucard looking motherfucker.
Oh God!
What does it say PC on top of him? What is that?
Was there a what?
A PC, like player 1 or something. Ugh.
I don't understand. What are you looking at?
Nothing. It's,
Just
I
too
think.
crazy.
Okay.
It's okay. Don't
So-
worry, but don't look back. Let's
Ignore the lunatic. Let's just keep moving.
let's just keep moving.
I need
I worry
need
for those
art of
people now.
all of you collectively dragging each other away from Doctor
Oh,
No.
yeah. It's on the list now.
Hold on, wait, no.
And
Wait,
he's
is
just
that-
walking
Ooh.
away like a Scooby-Doo character.
Just
Okay,
like,
do you have art of Doctor No so people can see it?
I think it's fucking lost, but I'll try and find it.
Lost to time. Much like
I will
the
redraw
Afterwar
him if I have
campaign.
Okay. Hold up. This just reminded me. This is
So-
this is
No.
So as you guys enter, it is the thick smell of sulfurous.
Look me in the face and tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not. You're not.
Oh God.
So as you guys enter the mines, you are met with the thick smells of sulfur, black powder, and various other chemicals that are just familiar with a like coal mines and various
Burlesque.
oilistic scents. After finding yourselves, you see what looks like to be the elevation shaft, which would allow you guys to go in between the several
I
floors.
found it. Hold on. I got like. Go on. I found
So-
something.
To which, after you guys lift what looks like to be the metal gate as it goes. Oh God.
These are the only things I have left.
Wise from your grave.
What's from your way?
God.
And as you all pack inside of the elevator shaft and you close the gate, the thick ringing thud, and you see the small mechanical button that would allow you guys to descend. And as you do, you guys spend the next 20 minutes just standing, waiting to reach the ground.
Yeah, we put on the masks, turn on the torches. Well, I mean, at least mine.
Yep, my staff now glows with a little bit of light.
Canis pops the light on the tip of the mace.
Goes raising his fists.
He Bronze is gonna produce a flame on his fingertip.
All right.
All right.
Something to note, Garu, due to the nature of how caves work and the way that your echolocation, this is the clearest that you've ever seen an environment in your mind. It is oddly weird and oddly satisfying. It's much like how your gun would allow you to give a brief second of absolute clarity, but this time it's now persistent.
Huh. So this is what the concept of sight is. I think I'll take the lead. Thank you very
Well-
much.
Oh, okay.
Actually, since I am the quietest, should I perhaps scout ahead?
That's not a bad idea.
I'll
We-
take the back, I suppose.
Guess I'll be in the middle.
I'll be behind Helena, but she's going to go like what, 50 feet in front of us?
I'll go 30 feet in front of you guys.
30 feet in front of us.
I'm gonna stay next to the paladin, or the cleric. I mean,
Cleric.
sorry. Yeah, I'll stay next to the guy in armor.
Ooh,
And I'll be second
uh,
then.
Should I cast Pass Without a Trace just to kind of
Please.
That would probably.
Yes?
Have that, thank God.
Why did you need to ask?
He's like,
I take-
I like to. This is a democracy. I like to ask everyone for their opinion.
I
Can you
take one
stack it on
step down
Canis like
here.
3 times?
Okay, let's just pass without a trace and let's keep together to that radius.
Okay.
I
One step
promised
myself like a
Boo.
garbage can falling downstairs.
I promised to Boo at some point I was gonna bring him in, but I thought this would be the best
I
time.
regret everything now.
All right, so as you guys finally reach the bottom and the smell of the Underdark is much thicker. Not really in the Underdark just yet, but you smell death. It is familiar to the creatures that you had fought back in Lycia Bay, the thick, wet blood, rotting flesh smell. The sulfur is almost unbearable. It's sickening.
Eating this chicken was a good idea during this part.
Doing my job. So, Helena, go ahead and make a stealth check, and then make a perception check as you're kind of advancing into whatever direction you guys decide to go.
All right, so with the plus 10 from both my thing and from Franz's thing, that's a 37.
Okay, so you just disappear. Like a fucking... like a rainbow in the dark.
Wait,
Yeah, I am-
there's no
Peace
way.
sign and dissolves.
Yep, I
just-
am staying within 30 feet of everybody, but
It's much like Lionel. It's much like that perception filter that Leroy has. Like, as soon as like she reaches a certain point, nobody senses her. Garu, even you, even with your echolocation, her footsteps are just far too light, and she moves far too quietly to even pinpoint the physical embodiment of the darkness that she has become.
Helena, are you dead? Are you a ghost?
shh. You just hear shh in the shadows.
Okay. Shh.
But that was a 14
Okay.
for perception.
So, as you guys begin to push forward into the mines, there are several small little alcoves where people have been working, and with what looks like to be the support system for these mines. While they are very rudimentary by their design, do their job well. As you begin to push forward and you begin to see there are several branching pathways here. There are currently 5 in front of you.
Do I see any odd tracks, be it blood or...
Make a survival check.
Okay, I can do that. Survival. What is my survival? I hardly ever use that. 16.
16. Just by the ground alone, from what you are able to see, there seems to be 2 tracks that make a very specific indentation into the ground. One that kind of looks like it's separating the dirt, and the center seems to just be a fine single point. The other one looks heavy and almost as if it's just rudimentary, like a beast kind of just walking around.
That's probably the one we want to follow. So Helena's going to just slightly whisper to the group which direction she's taking and keep going.
All right. After a little bit of time, you continue to follow this this long pathway. At this point, you guys are now beginning to see various veins where metal has begun to protrude, and also with what looks like to be abandoned work, like people fleed. There is a rush job here. There have been there is a much more thicker scent of death in this immediate area, and you also begin to see there are body parts.
Oh, one thing. Lionel, do you have mage armor? Like, did you make sure to put that on?
I don't have the mage armor spell, dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was confused there. Never mind.
I have shield.
Gotcha.
It's better than nothing.
Elena's going to look around and see if there be any monsters.
Make a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna use the big dice for this one. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20?
Ooh, big dice.
So, from what you can immediately see, there is a small split before it leads off into an area off to the side. You don't see any monsters, but you are seeing humanoid physical bodies that are propped against walls, and some on stalagmites. The stench is almost unbearable here.
Garl's gonna fucking wince.
I think this is its den. But I don't actually see what's doing it in here. Are there
Okay, will
any
you just-
other?
By the way that she describes it, does it look like when back in Lacia Bay we saw all the piles next to the house and all that?
It's familiar.
Yeah.
Garu, actually,
Yes.
you having the best hearing, you begin to feel and hear a reverberation, and it's low, and it almost whispers of abyssal begin to reach your ears. The sound is familiar. It's almost as if it's the same sound of those portals within Lycia Bay.
I think it's drawing near. You hear it too, don't you?
Do we?
Do we? Perception rolls or something? I don't know.
Not that any of you can immediately see.
Helena
Okay.
just.
It echoes throughout this cave.
Oh, we can't hear it.
I think you need to guide us.
Okay. Follow me. He's gonna lead everyone closer towards the noise.
Alright. As you guys begin to pass with what looks like to be the slight threshold, this now feels like it's an encompassing cave. There are several walls and stalagmites and tights protruding everywhere. As you begin to find yourself crossing through and passing by the split of the walls, you guys see with what looks like to be a dull purplish glow in front of you guys. And it is familiar to the sight of the portals within Lycia Bay. And it is glitching. It opens and closes rapidly. And there are moments where it stays open for a while, and then it shuts and then opens. And then it shutters again and then shuts and opens. This is a very unstable portal.
Riddle
have
me
any
this. Riddle me this. No, I don't think you'll allow me to do this. Never mind. I was about to say, like, I wanted to test out some funky shit with the banishment spell.
I mean, try, like, sort of a shot. What
Can
do you have in
certainly
mind?
try.
May certainly try.
When it closes, I'd like to cast banishment to keep it that way.
How long does banishment last?
If I concentrate, it holds up to 1 minute.
Unless the creature or the thing is not from this. plane.
Yeah, you attempt to send one creature that you can see in range to another plane of existence, aka put it back.
The thing is that this is not a creature. This is a portal. It is a split between the realms.
It
And
is spell magic.
Maybe.
If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you are on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise and returns back to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute is passed, the target reappears. So if I can hold whatever, if we find this thing, and I fucking get this thing to be taken away by banishment, I can effectively just make it go the fuck away.
We could, yeah, we
Nice.
could hunt it off this plane of existence.
We have no means to close the portal, right? Like we don't have the stones anymore.
I was going to say, how did you do it last time?
We had an item.
We just threw it in there and just closed. We don't have it.
They were given to us back in Lycia Bay when we were in to deal with that problem.
question: How many do you remember was given to you?
We
I
were given
remember-
a dozen, I
We had
think.
4. We had a dozen, and we only used 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Wait,
they
do we
told
still
us
have
to.
them?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember if they told us to give them back. We kept them.
Not
Can
sure
we
if
keep
you-
them? I don't know. It's up to you, Yara. If they
You
requested
gu-
them back.
You guys take record of all the items that are within your possession.
Yeah, but we never discussed if
Were
we
we
returned
forced to
them.
give them back?
Yeah, we don't
after
know if we
were
were
Lycia
forced to
Bay?
give them back.
Last time because
You were
Yeah.
never
I don't
asked to
remember.
hand anything back. You were just
Oh,
told
sick!
to
Then I
do
have
it.
4 of these bad boys on hand.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
we should have them.
Is it in your inventory?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have one then.
I could close the portal right now and be done with it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Very well. At least it might save us a lot of trouble. I'd pop one in.
All right. So, go ahead and make a dexterity check. Because remember, you have to throw it in.
Wait.
Who has a lot more decks than I do?
I mean,
I do.
but look, the worst thing is you're just going to miss, and then you just have to throw it again.
This sounds
Actually-
familiar.
I could cast Enhance Ability and give him an advantage on his dexterity check, and it also doesn't take damage from falling 20 feet or less if it's incapacitated. So
Yeah.
I
Or
can
you
use
could
it on a
mage
willing
hand it in
creature.
there.
Garu,
Yeah.
as you being at the front of this, you begin to hear a slight sound, like heavy footfalls coming from your left.
Watch out! He's gonna take a stance.
Can I
And-
still write down what my roll was?
Yes.
It was a 17.
17. So, Lionel, as you throw overhand the rock into this shuddering portal, as you have witnessed it before, as it enters, you see it now begin to stop and shudder once again. And the arcane split that had maintained it now begins to mend, and it flashes. And it brightens the entirety of the cave for just a moment. And then nothing. And then the portal shuts.
Yay.
Gar,
And at the same time,
Yes,
in
and then
jumps
Garu.
Monstro.
as the portal shuts, you begin to smell something far worse than anything. And it feels like it's emanating you begin to hear the large footfalls.
It's here. Get ready.
May I
These guys are
hide?
distance.
Yeah, like, is he aware of our presence? I don't know. Is there anything we can do, or no?
Yes, you do. Garu, as you begin to see down the left side of this shaft, and Lionel, as you had to stand in front of the portal in order to toss this thing in,
Hit the wizard, yeah.
Oh boy.
as the light begins to shone down the way, you see this hairy, multi-spiked, almost wolf-like creature. And then as you begin to turn, you begin to see the very things that you have seen in Lycia Bay before. One right in front of you. Its curvature, blood seeping from every single orifice that it has.
Ugh.
Why do these things keep attacking Lionel?
Remember, I'm the asshole who casts magic, and these motherfuckers all resist it. So I'm effectively useless this fight.
And with that,
No, you obliterated the one last time.
you hear a large, bellowing scream of madness begin to echo throughout the cave. Canis, as you hear the sound begin to pierce the back of your head, you begin to see that there are two more from where you guys had entered.
Great.
Well, it's a good thing I'm at the back of the party.
Oh.
Now surrounded, that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode.
God damn it! No.
I cast Spirit Guardians.
Yes.
All right, so... Oh man, so much about
I
this.
forgot to see the clock. God damn it!
I don't
I was ready to
want
roll initiative.
So it's human. I'm sorry.
I don't want
And I'm
are
not
the humans.
fixing it.
This is the humans. They've come for us.
Oh no, the humans.
Uh-oh. Whoops, I have pressed the wrong button. Whoops. So with that being said, thank you guys for coming by, and we're back for this week and next
To
week.
leave.
And then I won't be here for 1 week this month to go to Bifter, which is Battle for the Ring, a large LARP event. So I'm sorry.
Hey,
everyone.
don't worry, because I won't be here for 1 weekend because I'll be at PAX South.
Hey,
I'll
let
always be here because I have nowhere to go.
let me know what day that is.
That's the 20. That's the, I believe the. Fuck. Hold on, I can just do it right now.
Is it the same? Is it the same weekend I'm gone?
Hold
next
on.
weekend?
PAX South 2019, 2020. The 17th to the 19th. So it's
Yep,
it's
the
safe,
same.
It is safe to assume that I will not be available from the 16th to the 20th.
All right, so me and Zito will be gone for that weekend, so there'll be no game. I'm really sorry, everyone. I know you were all excited for us to come back, but
Wait. What day? So, what day are you going to there, Yarrow?
I'm going on the 19th. I'm going to Bifter.
Okay. So next
Yeah,
week,
so-
next week we do have a game.
Yeah, next
So
week we have a
yeah,
game.
next week, yes.
Fortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for coming by as usual. I'm happy that we're finally back on our usual schedule again. Come back tomorrow. I will be streaming Pokemon, if that's anybody's thing.
So much Pokemon.
Right?
Pokemon.
Right, and also on top of that, if you guys are interested in watching the VODs, I know a lot of people end up asking about that on Twitter. We do have a YouTube channel. VODs are always uploaded on Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then we stream the next day. So yeah, have a wonderful week, everyone. We love you all so much, and see you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.
Doctor No.
Doctor No.